So welcome to our first weekly trivia quiz. We're going to do probably about 10 of these. We want to do a good test to see if this is a good way to get our insiders to interact with each other and interact with the material and see what you guys think. So we'd love to hear your thoughts on the trivia quizzes and what you'd like to see more of, less of, longer, shorter, harder, easier, all that stuff. So let me know as we go forward, and we will have more fun as we get better at this, as always. So the first question, when you're making sales calls and you get someone's voicemail, which of the following should be included in your message? Your name and company, your reason for calling, an indication that you'll also send an email, your phone number, and you want to repeat that twice, all of the above, or voicemails are a waste of time, so don't bother. Now, I will tell you that about a year ago, my answer was the last one. I never left voicemails because I figured nobody would return a salesperson's voicemail. After working with Mike Ryan, thank you, Mike Ryan, on some sales scripting and other kinds of things, I learned that if you're already prepared, you've spent 15 minutes preparing for a sales call, you're using a good checklist to prepare for those sales calls, and everything else, you're already ready to go. It doesn't waste my time to leave you a voicemail. It may waste your time listening to that voicemail. But most people don't mind as long as they are concise and unique and specific to the situation and the person. So I've started leaving voicemails and sending an email at the same time and indicating in the email, I also left you a voicemail. Some people prefer to work on the phone than to use voicemail or, email. So that way you're giving people two options, and people actually do sometimes return those calls. So even if they returned only 1 in 10, that's still definitely worth the time, since it only takes another couple of seconds since you're making the call anyway, and you're already on the phone, right? Okay, so the answer is all of the above. And if you answered that correctly, you got a ticket dropped in our figurative bowl for our drawing today. You don't have to get all the answers right to be qualified to win. So you just get more chances the more answers you get right. Okay, so second question, which Insider Circle member can help you most with an airport construction project, such as an FBO, MRO facility, hangar home, or air park residence? And the possible answers are Brian Pilcher, John Wenrick, or Catherine Creedy. All fantastic people, but the one who is most likely to be able to help you with an airport construction project is John Wenrick, because John is an aviation construction expert with Centrex Construction. And they spend a lot of time and a lot of energy understanding their customers and helping them solve problems and make things work really well for those airport construction projects. So John Wenrick is the correct answer. If you got that one right, you got another little ticket dropped in our figurative bowl for our drawing this week. Okay, last question. Which of these is a qualifying factor for a prospect? Interest in the product, resources to buy and use the product or service, authority to make a purchase decision, or all of the above. Now, a lot of us kind of charge full steam ahead if we get one or two of these qualifying factors. Either somebody's interested and we get so excited that we send them a ton of expensive marketing materials, or flood them with phone calls and things like that. But the answer is really they have to have all of the above. If they don't have the resources, if they don't have the authority, which is the toughest one to determine if they're qualified for, then they're not going to be a purchaser of your product. So they do have to have all three. And in the process of your sales process, you really do need to ask questions that get to the bottom of whether or not they are really a qualified customer before you spend an awful lot of time or money selling to that person, right? Great. So that's our 3 questions. This week's winner, and she did get all of them right, is Lillian Tam of Avacor Aviation. She's new in the group, but obviously up on her knowledge of aviation stuff and marketing stuff. So Lillian works for Avacor Aviation. They do valuations of aviation companies. So FBOs, MROs, flight schools, all of those kinds of things. If you need a valuation for an investor, for a sale or a purchase, for any other reason, Lillian is your person. So play this week as well. We're going to do these, like I said, once a week. Every Wednesday we'll have a different quiz. It only takes a couple of minutes to play. And you can win coffee, win bragging rights, and show your knowledge. There will always be 3 easy questions, or at least until we decide to change things, there will be 3 easy questions at abci1.com/trivia. And the prize next week will also be a $10 Starbucks card. So nothing earth-shattering, but hopefully will brighten your day a little bit, give you a little bit of a caffeine kick so that you have the energy to do all of those marketing things that you're working on. Thanks for joining us, and play again next week.